That this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime, and today's case takes us to Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, and the defendant, in my opinion, is a total dumbass, and we love those, right? I mean, it's taken some time to arrest this guy. It's taken a year, years-long investigation, but he's been arrested and charged with the murder of his wife, as well as hiding a corpse, even though they have not recovered her body. So, this case reminds me a little bit of the Matthew Paul case and trial. Do you remember that one? If not, there's a whole playlist for that. It reminds me a little bit of that one. Let me know later if it reminds you of that as well, right? Okay, so welcome everyone. Let me just quickly give you a very brief overview. We have a document that's going to tell us everything. We're going to deep dive that. All the mistakes that this guy made and what landed him, in jail with these charges. You guys are like, is a total dumbass. In my opinion, yes. Okay, it's the type that makes a Facebook page with a different name. James, he might as well have called himself Jim. Anyway, James Nelson, even though that's not his name is Aaron Nelson. He makes himself a Facebook page after his wife disappears and says that he's a widower. Okay. He's on Tinder, plenty of fish, doing all that. Anyway, we're going to get to all that. So the victim in this case is Alexis Lindsey Nelson. So trigger warning, because it does contain themes of domestic violence. We can read the room. We can hear what neighbors say. Oh, he's a DV aggressor. Oh, he's been arrested before for DV incidents. Oh, man. So Alexis was born in September of 1983 in Evansville, Wisconsin. So when she was last seen, was 42 years old. She married Aaron Jackass Nelson on April 22nd of 2006. So they've been married. They were married. They should presume deceased, based on evidence that they found, right? But they had been married for like almost 20 years when she went missing. Wow, and she was last seen March of 2025. And her mother last heard from her, I'm doing air quotes for those just listening, heard from her in May of 2025. But I think he was sending those messages, okay? So I'm just giving you a very brief overview, showing you some pictures. I'm going to show you a clip. We're going to do map time today, and the document has got all the details, all right? So a missing persons flyer went out when Alexis was reported missing. She was only reported missing in October of 2025, even though she was last seen March of 2025, last heard from in May of 2025. October, her mother reported her missing. As like, I haven't heard from my daughter for 6 months. And so the police start looking into this case. Obviously, all these missing persons flyers go out. They say she's 5'1", 125 pounds, missing from Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, last seen with her husband on surveillance footage as well. And 42 years old. So I'll put all the tip lines in the description box in case you do, know anything, you saw something, then do say something. Aaron Nelson, 43 years old, Alexis's husband, was arrested on May 15th of 2026. Today is May 19th of 2026, so just 4 days ago, he was arrested. And when you go through the criminal complaint with me, you're going to see that this guy thought that he got away with it. He's presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. But we're not in a court of law. We're here in the public, okay? And I'm judging him. I'm looking at him. You did what now? And then you did? And then you went where now? Oh, my word. He's been charged with first-degree intentional homicide and hiding a corpse. His initial court appearance was on May 18th of 2026. I'll show you a clip from that. And he's being held in the Dodge County Jail on a $1 million cash bond. Now, I'm showing you a picture of Alexis's hand from her Facebook page with a ring. Do remember this, okay? Pin it in your mind. Pin the picture in your mind because you're going to need it later, right? Mary said, is there a Walmart involved here? I don't think so. There's a Menards. Not a Walmart that I've seen yet. Thank you so much for being a member for 14 months. Does that say Halo? I think his neck, I think it says Halo. No, no Halo for you. It's just the LWAP glow, not a halo, okay? Aaron Nelson has a review hearing scheduled, so that's what's next, on May 27th, with a preliminary hearing set for the day after, and he's currently being held at the Dodge County Jail. Alexis's body has not been found, but plenty of evidence has. And the preliminary hearing, does it say it? Yeah, this preliminary hearing is set for, I wrote that twice, because we've got to know, we've got to keep an eye on that, because maybe more details will come out there, right? Tip line is here. If you or someone you know has had contact with Alexis Nelson or her husband, Aaron is what they said at the time, and they say alias James McIntyre Nelson, just James Nelson, over the last year, please reach out to our tip line. Those are still active. If you know anything, saw anything, it could really help the prosecution build their case. Now let me quickly show you this clip over here. Wait, I've got to put the sound on for you. Yeah.
Still, I wish he would just tell him where her body is. What he did with her, at least. You know? The family needs it.
Carrie Piane lived in the same building as the Nelsons and remembers hearing fighting and seeing Alexis only when accompanied by Aaron.
We're ready to proceed. This is Mr. Aaron Nelson.
On Monday, 43-year-old Aaron Nelson appeared in the Dodge County courtroom, charged with killing his wife, Alexis, and hiding her body.
Requesting $1 million cash bail with the condition that the defendant have no contact with any witnesses listed in the criminal complaint.
Prosecutors say the morning of March 29th of last year, Alexis and Aaron were seen on video at this Beaver Dam quick trip. Cell records show Alexis's cell phone is seen traveling to Sun Prairie. The following day, court filings say Aaron Nelson went to this Menards and purchased a 32-gallon trash can, later found with blood evidence and Alexis Nelson's DNA. Days later, prosecutors say Nelson created a new Facebook page and listed.
He does look quite scared, hey? Yeah, look at him, he's like, busted. Smile for the camera. No, don't. Just look at him. Are you a scared little boy? You should be. He bought a 32-gallon trash can, and your wife's DNA was found on and in this trash can, and in your storage unit, and in your house, and in your car. Okay.
His marital status as widowed. Claimed he and Alexis moved to Missouri, but later moved in with another woman in Fond du Lac County. Months would go by before Alexis Nelson's mother would contact Beaver Dam police and report her missing. During that time, prosecutors say Aaron Nelson gave conflicting stories about his wife, that she died from alcohol abuse or cancer. Piane says she remembers investigators coming to the apartment 3 or 4 times.
They did have a cadaver dog with them one time.
Filings say a dog found the scent of human decomposition in the apartment, and a search of a storage unit found blood matching that of Alexis Nelson.
The state's request is appropriate for order $1 million cash bail.
Nelson is due back in court next week.
We'll be watching. We'll be waiting and watching for that jackass, right? Okay, also here you could see the Dodge County Sheriff's Office said on Facebook, arrest made. In Alexis Nelson missing person investigation on Friday, May 15th, the Dodge County Sheriff's Office arrested 43-year-old Aaron Nelson in connection with the disappearance of Alexis Nelson following an extensive investigation. The Dodge County District Attorney's Office has formally charged Nelson with first-degree intentional homicide and hiding a corpse. He's currently being held in the Dodge County Jail. Isn't that where... It's the Dodge Correctional Facility, hey? It's not the Dodge County Jail. But that's where Chandler Holderson, and actually Chris Watts was also moved from Colorado to there. They're in the Dodge Correctional Institute. Anyway, side note. Just when I saw Dodge, I'm like, huh. Okay, so it said, because this matter is now before the court and out of respect for the family, the judicial process, and the continued integrity of the investigation, no further details or comments will be released by law enforcement at this time. Members of the public and media may obtain the criminal complaint from the Dodge County Clerk of Court's office. We got that. As in all criminal cases, the defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. I'm betting that's going to happen, but let's see. I hope we can watch the trial together, whenever it may be, right? Also, before we quickly move on to that criminal complaint that I want to show you, let me show you this little video here that they released. This was February. Hey, February, hello. I think it was in February 6th of 2026. This is what they said.
Hello, I'm Police Chief John Kreitziger of the Beaver Dam Police Department. We are asking for your help. in locating a 42-year-old Alexis Nelson who has been missing here in Beaver Dam and has known connections to Dodge and Rock counties.
I'm Sheriff Dale Schmidt with the Dodge County Sheriff's Office. Family members have not heard from Alexis since spring of 2025, and we are concerned for her well-being.
Our agencies have been working together for several months, along with the Wisconsin Department of Justice, to locate Alexis and bring answers to her family.
If you have had any contact with Alexis Nelson or Aaron Nelson, who may also go by the name James Nelson, in the past year, we ask that you please reach out to us. You can call our tip line at 920-386-4072 or email tips@co.dodge.wi.us. You can also submit a tip through the Dodge County Sheriff's Office app.
Thank you to our community for your help in finding Alexis and bringing answers to her family.
While we appreciate the media's attention to this matter, we produced this video as no further on-camera interviews will be conducted.
Excuse me. We don't like that. Hello.
Thank you.
How dare you? We want a press conference. No, it's fine. It's okay. Less is more. They told us what we need to know, and trust me, the criminal complaint tells us what we want to know. All right. So this is the flyer they released. That was February 6th of 2026. I keep on wanting to hover over this date. Hello, Facebook. Freaking Meta. My favorite. Hey, Meta. Everybody eye roll with me now. Okay, sorry. Friday, February 6th of 2026. That's when they posted that, right? And now on May 15th of 2026, Jackass was arrested. So, are you ready to deep dive the document with me? Godzilla from Tokyo says, basted, disquasted, can't be trusted. Justice for beautiful Alexis. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing the purple hearts with the little DV ribbon in. There's DV awareness ribbon up there as well. This is what the purple ribbon's for. And the DV awareness signal, right? The DV distress signal. If you see someone doing this, they're signaling for help. You need to call the police. Maybe you could, depends on the situation, you have to read the room. You can't just intervene, it could be dangerous for you. But depending on the situation, if you see someone like at a bar doing that, maybe you could walk up to them, pretend to know them, say, hey, come over here, haven't seen you for so long, what's going on? Do you want me to call the police? Call the police. I think the easiest is just call the police if you see this. Sometimes people have used this if they've even been abducted, right? Okay, so, are you ready for a deep dive? And then we'll do some map time as well. And also will, after this document, I'll be showing you the dog, you know, the cadaver dog that sniffed out this guy's evidence. Okay, because he is so cute. He's called Tilt. So we'll see Tilt afterwards, right? All right. State of Wisconsin, plaintiff versus Aaron James Nelson. Now this time the media actually made this available. Thank you, media. We love it when you do that. I've linked my sources in the description box. Obviously, Grizzly Cat and I work hard at sourcing all the documents and videos and things for you. But this time, and her and I both celebrate behind the scenes, when the media actually like links the document, we're like, oh my word, well done. That is amazing. So I was so happy to see this as well. Criminal complaint, Aaron James Nelson. Is that his middle name? Is that right? So it's not made up, is it? Is that his middle name? But okay. The undersigned, being first and duly sworn, states that count 1, first-degree intentional homicide. The above-named defendant between March 29th of 2025 and June 1st. They made it a very broad timeline there, even though Alexis was last seen around March 29th. Never again. See, her phone was still being used. March, April, May, which is why this reminds me of the Matthew Paul trial. That's exactly what he did, huh? Okay, but yeah, so between March 29th of 2025 and June 1st of 2025 in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin, did cause the death of victim A with the intent to kill that person. Contrary to those codes, Wisconsin statutes, a Class A felony, and upon conviction shall be sentenced to imprisonment for life. Count 2, hiding a corpse. The above-named defendant between March 29th and June 1st in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin, did hide a corpse with the intent to conceal a crime. Contrary to those codes, and upon conviction may be fined not more than $25,000 or imprisoned not more than 12 years or 6 months or both. They have not found her body, sadly, right? Oh, I see David Scott interviews. He's here with us. Welcome. Thank you for being here with us as well. If you guys missed the interview that I did with David Scott, it's in the video section. Probable cause. And this is a 6-page document, but it's jam-packed with information. So it says, the undersigned has reviewed the reports of the law enforcement officers referenced below and believes them to be true and correct, as these reports were created by law enforcement officers while they were acting in their official capacity. From the investigative reports of Beaver Dam Police Department, Dodge County Sheriff's Office, and Wisconsin Department of Justice, Division of Criminal Investigations, on October 30th of 2025, Witness B, Alexis's mother, reported in person to the Beaver Dam Police Department. Witness B stated that she had not been in contact with her daughter, victim A, in 6 months. She stated that her daughter lives in Beaver Dam with her husband, Aaron Nelson. Witness B described Aaron Nelson as controlling. Witness B stated she's looking for law enforcement's assistance. Oh man, he's a controlling mofo, this one. Let me see, do I have, like, I suppose we don't want to stare at his mug all day. Hey, I just want to show you, in case people just rolling out that who we talking about. This jackass is who we're talking about. Oh my. Okay, so it says controlling, huh? All right. Officer Lindsey of the Beaver Dam Police Department checked their last known addresses in Beaver Dam. Specifically, that was the apartment number, right? Redacted. He learned that they were no longer residing at that residence. First red flag goes up. Officer Lindsey called Aaron Nelson's number and left a voicemail as well as victim A's number. Now, victim A is the victim in this case, Alexis, right? When they say victim B, that's her mother. So it says, as well as victim A's number and left a voicemail. So you're telling me that you tried to call this guy and he didn't pick up. Second red flag. Law enforcement later had contact with a property owner of the apartment and learned that Aaron Nelson had last leased that apartment in May or June of 2025. The property owner believed that there was a female living at the residence that was either Aaron Nelson's wife or girlfriend. Well, if we're looking at May or June of 2025, at that point, probably girlfriend, right? Yeah. Okay, let's take him off the screen a little bit. On or about November 16th of 2025, Detective Dan Coons began investigating the case based on increased social media traffic regarding victim A. Contact was made with witness B, who stated that she last spoke with her daughter on the phone on March 25th of 2025. Victim A's telephone records confirm that a call was placed from witness B's number to victim A's number on Tuesday, March 25th of 2025 at 3:18 p.m. At the time of this phone call, victim A's phone was interacting with a tower located on South Spring Street and Henry Street in the city of Beaver Dam, Dodge County, Wisconsin. Law enforcement is aware that this is the cell phone tower located closest to the West 3rd Street apartment where victim A and Aaron Nelson were residing. In an interview with Detective Coons, who I'm sure you've seen before at a trial, is it not? That sounds very familiar. Witness B stated that victim A and Aaron Nelson had an on-again, off-again relationship. So we already heard controlling, on-again, off-again. We're going to hear more, but I'm already hearing the pattern of DV, right? Oh, man. Aaron Nelson would abandon victim A, and she would stay with witness B at her residence. Witness B described Aaron Nelson as verbally and physically abusive towards victim A. Law enforcement learned that victim A was married to Aaron Nelson on April 22nd of 2006. I think he had a child from a previous relationship, and she spent her teenage years, is what is reported as here. They're going to say that now, right? With him in her teenage years. But I don't think, from what I could gather, that they had any children together, because I know people will ask, right? So it says, they were married April 22nd of 2006. Aaron and victim A had both previously resided in Evansville, Wisconsin with victim A's parents. Okay, so there, Aaron and victim A, Aaron and Alexis, had previously resided in Evansville with Alexis's parents. Baby boy, you know what I mean? He moving in with the ladies. And then he's all controlling and abusive and all that. Okay, so it says Aaron Nelson had a relationship prior to victim A and had a 21-year-old daughter, witness C. Witness C resided with Aaron and victim A during her teenage years. In November of 2025, months after Alexis was last seen, law enforcement established an emergency cell phone ping request with victim A's cell phone provider. Victim A's phone was not communicating with the network. Detective Coons called victim A's phone multiple times throughout the investigation, and the call went straight to voicemail. Law enforcement also obtained victim A's cell phone records dating back to January 1st of 2025. The cell phone records show that her phone stopped communicating with the network on May 21st of 2025. Last seen March 29th, I think it was, end of March of 2025. Phone last communicated with the network, which I think he was using, May 21st of 2025. Self-Ed said, I live in Sun Prairie. Welcome to all the locals. If you are from Wisconsin, there we go. Bodacia said, I live in Beaver Dam. Welcome to you. Of course, welcome to everybody. I'd just like to also say welcome to the locals. You guys always have interesting info to share about the locations, or maybe you heard of this locally. Some might be local and not have heard of this. So welcome either way, right? Please do like and share so others can also learn about this case and so that we can follow this. I've added it to the playlist called Developing Cases. That's when we just started to talk about a case, like yesterday's one as well. Go check that one out. And then we'll follow it from there, right? Until they have their own playlist. Hopefully we follow it from opening statements to closing arguments to verdict, watch the verdict, and sentencing. Okay. Victim A's phone records show a consistent pattern of victim A's phone and Aaron Nelson's phone number sending text messages to one another. There was almost daily text exchanges between victim A's phone and Aaron Nelson's phone number. The last text message outgoing from victim A's phone to Aaron Nelson's phone was on Friday, March 28th of 2025 at 6:44 a.m. The victim A's phone was communicating with a tower located on South Spring Street and Henry Street in Beaver Dam at the time that this message was sent. Employment records show that Aaron Nelson worked for 1 hour at Ho Chunk, which I see is a gaming place, Ho Chunk Gaming, in the Wisconsin Dells on March 28th of 2025. He worked for 1 hour? What do you mean he worked for? Why does he work for 1 hour? What's that all about? He worked for an hour. That's like an hour and a half drive from his house where he worked. So he drove there and worked for 1 hour, and then what? What kind of emergency did he lie about having? Anyway, so he worked for 1 hour, okay, in the Wisconsin Dells on March 28th of 2025. There were no outgoing text messages to Aaron Nelson's phone from victim A's phone after that date. Aaron Nelson's phone does not send victim A's phone a text message again after March 28th, 2025, until suddenly it's like, oh, let me communicate with the phone, until June 16th of 2025 and June 21st of 2025. Law enforcement does not know the content of those messages because they were deleted from Aaron Nelson's phone prior to law enforcement obtaining a forensic download of the phone. So it sounds like he successfully deleted those. But however, listen, detectives, we know what they said. Oh, where are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. Some dumb crap like that, am I right? Fortunately, we've seen too many cases like this. It's like, hey man, trying to get hold of you. Where you been? Dumbass. Anyway, law enforcement also obtained a copy of victim A's Facebook records. Her Facebook records show a consistent pattern of interacting with the social media platform multiple times throughout the day on a daily basis. She's got 2 Facebook accounts and they're both still up there, right? Jen L. Rod said, gee, you're almost at 500,000 Grizzlies. That's going to be cool, right? Nathan Albright said, these phone records are interesting. I know, right? Susan Murphy says, Wisconsin here, very nice. Okay, so her Facebook was very active and then suddenly not. It said victim A's interaction would include responding to posts with likes or other reactions, commenting on posts, and sending messages from her account. On March 29th of 2025, at 8:02 a.m., there was a like on victim A's Facebook account. Victim A's phone was interacting with a tower located at South Spring Street and Henry Street in Beaver Dam at the time of this activity. After this like, the activity, so it's like liking, hearting someone's post, right? The activity on victim A's Facebook account changes significantly and the activity declines. But see, if you look here, he worked for 1 hour at Ho Chunk on March 28th. Okay, and then what? He raced home for what? What happened? We don't know yet. But anyway, so that's a few. March 28th, the next day, the phone is on Facebook and then the activities start to decline. On March 29th of 2025 at 9 a.m., victim A and Aaron Nelson are on video surveillance together at the Beaver Dam Quick Trip on North Center Street. Yep. Crystal H. from Wisconsin said, what's her Facebook name, fellow locals? Her Facebook name is Alexis Nelson and Alexis Nelson. She's got 2 accounts, right? Susan Murphy said, Ho Chunk Casino on a reservation. Is it? I found Ho Chunk Gaming. I don't know. I thought it was that. Okay. So, March 29th. That's the last scene. They haven't released that footage. I'm sure they will at some stage, although this is Wisconsin. We're not talking about Florida here. I don't know. They might keep it till trial, right? Okay. So, March 29th, 2025. Last scene on surveillance. We got that in our minds, right? From approximately 10:30 a.m., and that was at 9 a.m. So from 10:30 to sometime in the afternoon on March 29th of 2025, victim A's phone travels into Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. The phone appears to be traveling to Sun Prairie along Highway 151. At 11:37 a.m., Aaron Nelson's debit card is used to purchase an 18-pack of Miller Lite and Arizona Hard Lemonade. Law enforcement is aware that Miller Lite and Arizona Hard Lemonade are Aaron's drink of choice. In the afternoon on March 29th of 2025, victim A's phone begins communicating with the South Spring Street and Henry Street Tower in Beaver Dam and remains connected to that tower until it's no longer connected to the network on May 21st of 2025. On Sunday, March 30th of 2025 at 8:07 a.m. You see that? You see that. Aaron Nelson purchases a 32-gallon Rubbermaid Brute trash can at Menards in Beaver Dam in Wisconsin with his Park Bank debit card. He's like, we go buy that trash can. Oh my. So to me, the timeline, you know, it's pretty tight, even though we saw the criminal complaint. That's what we're reading. The charges say between, we're on page 3, by the way, hold on. The charges say between March 29th and June 1st of 2025. So they've kept it nice and broad for the prosecution. They're going to build their case. But I think the timeline shows us, whoa, something absolutely horrendous happened on March 29th, right? Because on Sunday he's buying a 32-gallon Rubbermaid Brute trash can. Okay, on March 31st, 2025 and April 1st, 2025, Aaron Nelson worked a full day of work in the Wisconsin Dells area. On Wednesday, April 2nd of 2025, Aaron Nelson was a no-show at work. What was he doing? We can imagine, hey? On April 2nd of 2025 at 8:07 a.m. and 9:23 a.m., victim A's phone places an outgoing call to its own number, consistent with someone using the phone to check the voicemail. The phone is communicating with the same South Spring Street and Henry Street Tower, which is right at the house, right at the time of this call. On April 2nd of 2025, victim A's Facebook page visits multiple pages. Oh, Meta's gonna get you in this one. Uncle Google too. But Meta's gonna get your ass. Okay, so I think he was using her Facebook page is what I'm hearing. Anyway, so it says at 3:07 p.m., victim A's Facebook page visits Redacted's page. I didn't redact it, the court redacted it, right? On April 2nd of 2025 at 4:43 p.m., Aaron Nelson created a new Facebook page with the name James Nelson. On April 2nd, bro. At 4:43 p.m. Okay. Creates a new Facebook page with the name James Nelson. When law enforcement viewed this page in November of 2025, his relationship status was listed as widowed. Smart. Like, nobody else at this point, well, at this point they would know. Her mother reported her missing in October of 2025. So you're telling me her mother reports her missing. I don't know if he's aware of it or not. Is he not? In November, you make yourself a new Facebook page. Oh, wow, so discreet, James Nelson. And you're like, widowed. And off he goes on the prowl to meet some new lady friends, you know what I mean? On April 2nd of 2025, James Nelson's Facebook profile contacted Redacted, somebody, a lady friend, at 5:31 p.m. Sure, that was quick, eh? 4:43, he makes the account on April 2nd. And then at 5:31, half an hour later, 45 minutes later, he's communicating with someone, and the two of them begin messaging back and forth. Special Agent Ken Folkers of the State of Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation contacted that lady. She stated that she met Aaron Nelson on a dating app, Plenty of Fish, in October or November of 2014. Like, I'm looking at that like, is that a typo? Sir, 2014? Do you mean 2024? 2014? I don't know. I'm still thinking about that one. Anyway, she became pregnant with a child that was born. See, it is 2014 because there can't be two typos, right? That would be too much coincidence. So, he met her on a dating app. Plenty of fish. Remember, he got married to Alexis in 2006. This is a lying, cheating, deviant aggressor, scumbag, and alleged killer now. Okay, so, wow, she became pregnant with a child that was born on October 2nd of 2015, and Aaron Nelson was the father. But Aaron later terminated the parental rights to their child. Nice. What a spineless POS. On April 3rd of 2025, one of victim A's Google, see, Uncle Google's going to get, okay, Google profile searches construction jobs in Missouri. There are several more calls to victim A's voicemail in the month of April. When all of these calls occur, victim A's phone is communicating with the same South Spring Street and Henry Street cell phone tower, like it's in the house. It's in the apartment. But she's nowhere to be seen, right? Okay, Melissa Loves True Crime says, well, color me shocked. Is Grizzly Cat here? Hello, Grizzly Cat. All right. On April 28th of 2025, at 3:18 p.m., Aaron Nelson creates a Tinder account. Oh, my word. Bruh. You're already contacting your ex-girlfriend or someone you've already, I think it's his ex-girlfriend, right? Or someone you've maybe been communicating with all this time. I don't know. The one that you're like, nah, sorry that I knocked you up, but I'm not going to be part of the child's life. Not at all. Yeah, no, I got a wife here. Anyway, now that she's gone, let's make a Tinder account. Really? April 28th? Okay. On April 30th of 2025 at 8:50 p.m., he sends a text message from his cell phone to somebody and she responds. Law enforcement interviewed that somebody multiple times and she stated that shortly after this text message exchange, her and Aaron Nelson began dating. Like, what did he say? He slid into those DMs and said what? Oh, man. I want to see my tattoo? Halo. Sure. Okay. Aaron Nelson begins residing with. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Dating apps can be dangerous, but especially when it's love bombing, when things go this fast, it is a giant red flag. If somebody truly, if a couple like falls in love and they're together forever and ever, and it's like, what a sweet story, that's the exception, not the rule. Excuse me, he did what? So he made a Tinder account, slid into this lady's DMs, they're texting back and forth, we don't want to know what, please don't show us those exhibits. Okay, and then they start dating, and then Aaron packs his baggies and he moves in with her. At the end of May, he resides with her at the end of May at her residence in Oakfield, Wisconsin. Prior to the end of May of 2025, Aaron Nelson was paying rent for his apartment and a storage unit in Beaver Dam located on East Burnett Street. Aaron Nelson removed his belongings, packed his baggies, from both locations sometime at the end of June of 2025 and moved his belongings into that lady's residence. Excuse me, ma'am. April 28th at 3:18 p.m. he created the account, okay? April 28th. You're telling me 1 month later he's moved in? Oh, hell no. So, all right, he removed his belongings and sometime at the end of June moved his belongings into a residence. He first arrived with his little toothbrush. And then he's like, let's just move in, baby. Let's move in. I want to live with you. Shame. Aaron originally told her that his name was James. Man, that lady, she's got to deal with a lot. She's got to process a lot now. Like, wait, his name isn't James? His name is Aaron. He was married? He allegedly killed his wife? And then he bought a trash can? And then after that started dating me? Uh-huh. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see how many of you are here. Are we good? Okay. Someone said too fast. Oh, too fast. not the chat. The too fast of moving in. On May 7th of 2025 at 8:05 p.m., a text message was sent from victim A's phone to her mother. Witness B stating that, been meaning to tell you that we moved to Missouri. Remember, he was allegedly Allegedly, he was using the victim's phone to look up construction jobs in Missouri. Next minute, her phone is telling her mother, "Been meaning to tell you that we moved to Missouri." Victim A's phone was interacting with the South Spring Street and Henry Street cell phone tower when this message was sent. Witness B responded to this text message, "Wow, that's nice. Send me an address so I can send your mail." The next message that Witness B, her mother, received from Victim A's phone was on May 11th of 2025. Happy Mother's Day. Witness B responded but received no further response to that message. Special Agent Kenneth Folkers of the Division of Criminal Investigation interviewed several of Aaron Nelson's co-workers. Co-worker CJ, now listen to what the co-workers say, okay? Are you guys ready? They spilled some tea. I'm so glad they spoke, you know? When police asked them things, they said things. So, co-worker CJ stated that in June and July of 2024, so that's the year before, right? They would see Victim A in Aaron Nelson's vehicle at the job site. The co-worker stated when he observed this, it was almost 100 degrees outside, which would be 37 degrees Celsius. And he would have Alexis in the car the whole time. Aaron Nelson reported that he had his wife with him to keep her from drinking. You see, the Matthew Paul vibes are there, you know? While on the job site in Fitchburg, Wisconsin, around Halloween of 2025, Aaron Nelson told this co-worker that his wife died from excessive alcohol abuse. Oh, he's a dumb talker. He started telling people things. All the wrong things. You know, just like, oh, she died from this, she died from that, she did this, did that. Okay, so lots of stories are about to happen. Aaron told this co-worker that his wife died from excessive alcohol abuse. Aaron Nelson did not give any further details. Co-worker CV described seeing Victim A in Aaron Nelson's vehicle at a job site about 2 years ago. Co-worker 2 said that Aaron Nelson normally does not talk about personal business at the job site, but he remembered a time that Aaron Nelson told him that he lost his dog and his wife in the same week. See, now I want to know where the dog is. Was it her dog? What did he do to the dog? I don't know. Was that just a story? So, co-worker CV said that happened around July 11th or 13th of 2025. Remember that Alexis was last seen end of March of 2025. Co-worker EP stated that one occasion 2 summers ago, he saw Aaron Nelson's wife sitting in the car while he was at a job site. EP stated that in the spring of 2025, with working a job site in Madison, Aaron Nelson told him that his wife passed away. Aaron Nelson told EP that making Victim A stop drinking is what killed her. So to one, he says she died from excessive alcohol abuse. To another co-worker, he said making her stop drinking is what killed her. All of it victim blaming, you know, as they do. You guys are like Nicholas Casodas vibes, that as well, right? Nicholas Casodas, yeah? And a little dash of Corey Richards there as well, with all the stories of how the victim died, which no one knows how she died because they've not found her body. Another co-worker, CRA, stated that Aaron Nelson worked together, but they never really talked. Sometime in 2025, Aaron Nelson was acting differently. So CRA asked him, well, what was wrong? And he said that his dog died and that his wife died also. Or wife also died. Shortly after that, Aaron Nelson told CRA about his dog and wife dying. Aaron Nelson then started talking about a new girlfriend and a new granddaughter. Granddaughter? Oh, are you Grandpa Aaron Nelson now? What's going on? James? Grandpa James. Okay, anyway, so he doesn't even talk to this coworker much. The coworker's like, what's wrong, bro? Are you okay? No, my dog died and my wife died. Anyway, about my new girlfriend. Check this out, huh? That's probably how it went. Coworker AH worked with Aaron Nelson for about 5 years. He stated that there was a time that Aaron Nelson called AH to post bail for him after a domestic incident. Note who the aggressor was. Aaron. You know, that he called this AH to post bail for him after a domestic incident. After this incident, Victim A filed a restraining order. Shame. So Aaron Nelson stayed with AH and his wife. Aaron Nelson told AH that during the domestic, he got angry with Victim A, picked her up by the throat, and moved her outside. He's literally telling people this. Aaron Nelson told AH that he picked Victim A in the past to move her when she got belligerent. AH stated about 7 years he was at the job site with Aaron Nelson. AH got into the front seat of Aaron's blue Chevrolet Impala and observed blood spatter on the passenger side dash. What is wrong with this guy? Like, he's letting people get in the car and it's covered in blood spatter? Kharadake, thanks for being a member for 34 months. You said the best channel with all the lovely Grizzlies. Thanks, G. Thank you so much. So this coworker AH asked Aaron Nelson about this, and he said that, victim A got belligerent and he hit victim A in the nose or mouth area while in the car. AH said the blood was all over the dash, the glove box, and the door. In December of 2025, when law enforcement spoke to Redacted, they told her about Aaron Nelson's missing wife. She stated that he told her that she died of cancer. He's telling lady friends that his wife died of cancer. Oh my word. So not only is he like love bombing and moving in, but then he's also like, I have a sob story for you. Please, can I live with you? I can't stay at that house anymore. It's just so sad. Oh my word. Shame. Those poor ladies. Now listen to this. Remember I told you earlier, the photo I showed you of the victim's hand with the ring. Law enforcement observed that this lady was wearing an engagement ring. They later learned that Aaron had given victim A's wedding ring to this lady as a promise ring in June of 2025. The lady he met on Tinder. She stated, the redactor stated that Aaron Nelson had the ring in the glove box of his vehicle. The couple later pawned victim A's wedding ring at Rogers and Holland in Madison to obtain money for her current engagement ring. He gave his presumed deceased wife's ring to his new girlfriend. This guy's next level. Again, imagine being that lady, thinking, oh my word, we're in love, he's moving in, I've got a ring. That was a dead lady's ring. She didn't know it. Well, from what we know, she didn't know it. Shame. Oh my goodness. So, all right. So that one really shocked me when I first read that. So law enforcement was able to obtain the wedding ring that Aaron Nelson pawned from Rogers and Holland. On May 13th of 2025 and May 19th of 2025, there are messages to James Nelson on Facebook Marketplace inquiring about an engagement ring. The photo that was posted of the ring appears to be consistent with victim A's wedding ring. So you see that, obviously the defense will be like, well, it's not even the same ring. It's probably the same ring. And that is going to count majorly against him in a circumstantial evidence case, because at this point, they don't have her body. But imagine knowing that you're telling people your wife is dead when no one knows where she is. You're telling people, my wife died of cancer. My wife died from excessive alcohol abuse. My wife died because I made her stop drinking alcohol. He's telling them all these reasons. But now on top of it, you're giving your wife's ring to another lady. Sure. How to make yourself look super guilty, right? Law enforcement learned that Aaron Nelson previously had a Kia Rio registered to him and was stopped by the Columbia County Sheriff's Office on April 23rd of 2025 in the Kia. Victim A was not in the vehicle at the time, but a firearm that was purchased by her was in the vehicle. There were also 2 knives in the Kia Rio. The firearm and the 2 knives were submitted to the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. A toothbrush belonging to victim A from witness B's residence was also submitted to the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. The swabbing of the muzzle end of the Beretta handgun resulted in very strong support for inclusion for the DNA of a male victim and victim A. The swabbing of the knife blade and handle in knife number 1 shows strong support for inclusion for DNA of a male and victim A. The swabbing of Rapala knife blade and handle shows very strong support for inclusion of a male and victim A and one other unknown person. The comparison for Aaron Nelson's DNA on the knives and firearm has not been completed yet, Aaron, yet. We're waiting to hear that octillion times, more likely, right? What's that number? We heard a bigger number in a recent trial. We were all like, whoa. So in June of 2025, like a dumbass, Aaron sold the Kia Rio to an individual in Campbell's Port. Okay, law enforcement seized the vehicle from the new owner. Even the new owner's like, wait, what? That's my car. They're like, we need that. Sorry, gotta go. Law enforcement served a search warrant on redacted's residence in the town of Byron, Fond du Lac County, Wisconsin. That's the girlfriend. In a shed on the property, a 32-gallon Brute Rubbermaid trash can was located with Aaron Nelson's property. Ma'am, okay, if he's moving in within a month, he's like, I will sleep over. I'll bring my toothbrush. I'll bring my Crockies. Bring my boxers, baby. Let me put my cologne here. I'm moving in. When he brings his 32-gallon Brute Rubbermaid trash can, no. You gotta run. You gotta run. Oh, hell no. He took his trash can along? Put it on this lady's property? Whew. Pam Zamau, thank you for upgrading your membership to Grizzly Lighthouse. Thank you so much for your support. Okay. At his girlfriend's house, he took his trash can along. Okay. So, Southern Cadaver, they have not found the victim's body at all. But they did find this trash can that he bought suspiciously right after Alexis was last seen. So the 32-gallon Brute, I'm sure that's how the brand is, right? But it's just the way they write it is like Brute Rubbermaid trash can, was sent to Wisconsin State Crime Lab. The swabbing of the trash can gave a presumptive positive test for blood. DNA testing was performed on the trash can. The State Crime Lab swabbed for the outside garbage can. Now we're getting Chazzy Boy vibes, huh? Chandler Halderson. If you haven't heard of any of these cases I'm mentioning, it's all there. The playlists are there for you. But damn, Chandler Halderson, definitely got to watch that trial, huh? Okay, we watch it together. If you haven't yet. The swabbing of the trash can gave a presumptive positive test for blood. DNA testing was performed on the trash can. The State Crime Lab swabbed for the outside garbage can near the handle, the RBS on the inside lid, near the center end and the inside top of the garbage can. All over they're swabbing this garbage can that he took along to his girlfriend's house. All of those swabs shows it is consistent with the DNA of victim A. There was no other male or female profile located on the garbage can. The Wisconsin State Crime Lab also searched the storage unit, Beaver Dam, located on East Burnett Street. Unit number redacted. In the storage unit, the crime lab located a small amount of blood on the lower east wall. 3 swabs of that blood was taken to the lab for testing, and the blood sample shows that it is consistent with the DNA of victim A. Stefan's like, Chazzy boy, right? Man. During the course of the investigation, law enforcement utilized the services of Karen Gummin of Canine Search Solutions, LLC, who assists law enforcement investigations by use of human remains detection dogs. The HRD dog, human remains detection dog, Tilt, I'm going to show you a picture of Tilt, oh my, is certified in human remains detection with the National Narcotics Detection Dog Association. And during an investigation, Tilt indicated near the east wall of the bedroom of the apartment at, redacted, and under the sink in the kitchen area. The dog indicated in the trunk of the Kia Rio. So at the apartment where Alexis lived with her husband of almost 20 years, right? Yeah, the dog is reacting there. Human remains detection dog is like, ooh, at the east wall of the bedroom, under the sink in the kitchen, trunk of the Kia Rio. The dog also indicated in the left northwest corner of a shed on, that's redacted's property, that's the girlfriend's property. The shed contained a 32-gallon Brute Rubbermaid trash can, consistent with the Brute trash can that Aaron Nelson purchased on March 30th of 2025, and other items belonging to Aaron Nelson. An indication from the cadaver dog means that the scent of decaying human remains is present. Law enforcement pulled all credit reports for victim A and was able to find, law enforcement pulled all credit reports and was able to find any active lines of credit or other forms of employment. I guess not able to. Guys, you got to fix your document there, right? Did I read that right? Law enforcement pulled all credit reports for victim A and was, I would presume, not able to find any active lines of credit or other forms of employment. Area searches have been performed in the Rock County area where victim A and Aaron Nelson used to reside and Beaver Dam. No human remains have been located. As of May of 2026, there's been no phone usage for victim A's phone, and no individual has attempted to obtain a new phone for that line. Victim A's family has had no contact with her. The Dodge County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed that there's been no documentation of the death of Victim A through the state of Wisconsin. Blair Blazin 8821 said, justice for beautiful Alexis, great coverage. Thank you so much. Janet Murphy says, go Tilt. Right, okay, I'm showing you Tilt now. It says, based on the foregoing, the complainant believes his complaint to be true and correct. And there's a, would that be like a, it says extension equals code 1. Okay, well, he's been charged with first-degree intentional homicide, count 2, hiding a corpse. That's the probable cause, even though they have not found her body yet. It's never too late. What was that? There was a case, wait, trying to think, a Minnesota case. Adam Fravel was he's the convicted jackass. Adam Fravel and Madeline Kingsbury, I think her name was. That seemed like a case like this where, ooh, where was her body? And he also did things like this, but they did eventually find her body. It's never too late. It's never too late. They've been working hard. I do hope that they will find what he did with her, what happened. I hope they will find her remains so she can be put to rest properly. You know what I mean? At some point. Okay, so hopefully today, tomorrow, soon. Now let me quickly show you Tilt. Oh my. Prepare to just be like, oh, look at Tilt. Tilt is this one, and they called him Tilt because his ear is tilted. Stop it. Tilt is the human remains detection dog in this case. Oh no. Canine Tilt, look at him. Somebody's birthday. Whose birthday? Aaron says, happy birthday, Abraham. Alright, happy birthday to Abraham. Thank you so much for being here. Tilt is a half Belgian Malinois and half German Shepherd. It's like Raven, huh? Remember Raven? Yes. If you don't know Raven, wait. Gotta think of the case. That was Matthew Paul. Huh? That was the Matthew Paul trial. Go check out those interviews. It's on that playlist. Okay, so Tilt is a half Belgian Malinois and half German Shepherd. His parents are both working dogs that showed incredible drive and sociability. Tilt was named due to his left ear tilting as a result of a third ear tip that grew behind his left ear. Tilt has a larger-than-life personality and loves everyone. Tilt is NNDDA certified as a human remains detection dog. Stop it. This is the hero of the case right here. Good job, Tilt. Listen here. Tilt's handler. We want to meet you. Come talk to us here at Grizzly True Crime, right? Oh, man. Okay. So, now what I want to show you is... Wait. Let me see what this is. And this. I showed you that. Okay, so now the only thing left is map time. Okay, cool. So now let's do a little bit of map time. Okay, and we are back. And let's bring up the map, shall we? Here we go. So, of course, we're in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. If you're only joining now, I hope you'll check out the beginning of the stream so that you can know what this case is about, and hopefully you'll follow it with us. Make sure you are subscribed, notifications on. And if you missed yesterday's case, check it out as well. So, you could see Menards is already here. Okay, so the apartment was around this West 3rd Street area. Around here. Let's just see, little Google man. Excuse me, can we just have a look around? Actually, I haven't driven around here. Hey, excuse me, what is going on here? What are you doing, Google Maps? What are you doing? Are you being naughty? I think Google Maps is being a little bit naughty here. Excuse me. Sir. All right, wait. We're driving around a little bit. Somewhere here. Somewhere here. Doesn't quite look like what they showed us on the news. Hey, I hadn't driven around before I started this live stream. Sorry about that. Oh, am I making you dizzy? Stefan, tell them to buckle up immediately. Oh my. Okay, wait. I mean, they said it's around that 118 area. Okay. Public record. This is all public record. I think it's this. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Okay, we found it, everyone. It's around this area where Aaron lived with Alexis. In one of these here somewhere. Okay. To me that said, I think you dropped in a tree. My bad. Sorry about that. John Hanks said, thanks, Grizzly, for the last Raven update. Good to know she's doing well. Right, thank you so much. I think I posted that on the community tab, hey? Okay, yeah, we are driving. So here is when they talk about the cell phone towers. I'll show you that now, but they mean that victim A's phone, Alexis's phone, was in this apartment, operating around here, in and around here during that time. All right? Okay, so now we just orientate ourselves again. So that is where the apartment is. South Spring Street and Henry Street. You see they mentioned this the whole time. That's where the cell phone tower is. So you will see it will probably operate right in this radius. So if they're in this house, it's using a tower that's close to South Spring Street and Henry Street. I don't know if we'll be able to see the tower, will we? Is it this? No, that's a water tower. I'm like, is it? Here's a water tower, everyone. Anyway, that's just for the digital forensic data that it was using this tower at this house, right? Okay, now if we look, the jackass, right, has had a storage unit that he was renting on this East Burnett Street, somewhere along here. I don't know exactly where, but I think it does point to somewhere here. This is Whittle People. Oh, shit, Montessori Center. Somewhere here there's a storage area. Anyway, he had a storage unit there, and they found blood evidence in the storage unit. Okay? So you can see that's not far. That's from the house. Storage units over there. And where's that Menards now? Let's quickly go here. Wait, there. The Menards is right up here. So if you go from the house and you just drive up here on the 151, there's the Menards, where this jackass went to go buy a trash can that he took along to his girlfriend's house. He's like, you know what? I'm moving in and I'll bring my trash can along. Like, okay, don't do that. Excuse me. Okay, it only wants to go here. Sorry. We'll have to look far. There it is, everyone. He went in there. There's going to be surveillance, isn't there? Is he going to be rolling out that trash can? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Beaver Dam. You guys are saying Beaver Dam, yeah. Janet Murphy's like, jackass storage. That's where you're headed. Okay. Laura says, if I see my house, I'm going to freak out. Don't point it out. Don't dox yourself now. Okay. So, Menards. He went in there. Not a Walmart. Where is there a Walmart here? Guys, if you're local, is there a Walmart in the area? He went to Menards. He bought a trash can. And who knows what else. That's all we know so far. They don't have to tell us everything, right? Just enough for probable cause. Oh, okay. So who knows what else he actually bought there. I would assume cleaning supplies and all sorts of things. Maybe we'll see him do a little bit of a Brian Walshy fancy boy type shop. Shady shopping, huh? Menards is there. Okay, and then what else do we have? So we've looked at all this. Quick Trip. This is a Quick Trip where the victim, Alexis Nelson, and Aaron James were last seen. This is where she was last seen at, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was March 29th of 2025. So that was... Why are you guys blocking this off? Listen here. Excuse me, Mr. Google man, can you be there? Ooh, okay, cool. Thank you so much. Here. On surveillance. Can we drive in there? Excuse me, we'd like to drive in there. Sir. Okay, well, we'll just zoom in then. There you go. On this surveillance camera, they were captured on it. Yeah. Yeah, Claire Burke said a brute trash can. Yes. So, Midnight Blue said, is that where Chandler went? He went to a Home Depot. And what was that other? There was another store. I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, Laura said Walmart is across from the Menards. Is that so? All right. No, there's no Walmart in this case at this point. Not yet. Not that we know of yet. Stefan is telling everyone to buckle up. So, yeah, this is where the victim was last seen on March 29th of 2025. But her phone was still active and messaging her mother, like up to Mother's Day, right? So into May of 2025. And they never seen or heard from again. Okay. So, if we go... So, I'm just showing you the area that he was... according to the data that they have in the probable cause affidavit, that he's accused of driving around to all these little areas. From the house to the storage unit, there's blood evidence. Firstly, Tilt, the human remains detection dog, Tilt over here, sniffing out evidence over here at the house, here, in the bedroom, under the kitchen sink, and in the Kia Rio trunk, the Kia Rio that the dumbass then sold. Okay. And then, so from here to the storage unit, more blood evidence. Buys a trash can at this Menards, a Brute trash can at Menards, blood evidence. That's a presumptive positive for, you know, in our terms, a match to the victim's blood. And then, what else do we have around here? We've looked at everything around there. Then, drives on this 151. That's what they say. He's driving on the 151, or victim A's phone is driving. Did he take only her phone? Oh my word. Can you imagine? It's just like, ooh, I'm going to be so smart. I'm going to be going here with her phone. And he goes to Sun Prairie, where some of you are from. Sun Prairie. No one knows for what. I don't know. But you know what I think he went there for? I said this with Adam Fravel as well. And in that case, yeah, spot on. I'm like, Adam Fravel went to his parents' house. He did. It wasn't known initially, but it's like, oh, he's driving definitely to his parents' house. And guess what? Madeline's body, Kingsbury's body, was not found far from his parents' house. So, I'm going to put out a bit of speculation and say, oh, does his mom live there? Because these types, they run straight back to mama's house. They go to mama's house immediately. That's what they do. Anyway, in so many cases, so Sun Prairie, huh? Okay, mama. Mama's house, you there? Better check your property. You better spill the tea. You better do the right thing. Call the tip line. What did you see? What did he do? Did he do his washing there? Did he do laundry? Yeah, so I mean, just driving to Sun Prairie and back is kind of weird. It's pretty far. So let's just see what else I have on this here. Oh, this is just the gaming. Ho Chunk Gaming. Wisconsin Dells, because they said he worked in Wisconsin Dells. But if I go, let's take out the Menards, and let's take all of this out and go from the house. It's a house. Like Alec Murdoch. Okay. 30 miles, 37 minutes. You're going to drive 37 minutes? For what? And then drive back? For what? With your wife's phone? What for? After she was last seen? Huh. And then if he really did work where, I think he worked based on what they said in Wisconsin Dells. Look how far away he worked. Let's go from his house. Did he go to work for that 1 hour that day? Oh my word, I'm starting to build a picture here. Did you go to work for that 1 hour on that day? I haven't put that together yet. We'll have to see if it's the same date even. I don't know. But the thing is, did you swing by your mama's house and then go to work for 1 day and then make up an emergency for your mom? Oh, we know it, right? We're going to call it already. So if he worked there, it was 1 hour and 9 minutes away. And you're telling me that on 1 day he worked for 1 hour? Why? And then where did you go? And what emergency did you have? And what are we really doing? Seems a lot like Adam Fravel. You guys are all like, it's a house. Sir, is it a mobile home or a house? It's a house. Alec Murdoch, who's suing Becky Hill. Anyway, let's focus on this case now. So, let's quickly, we're almost done here. How long have we been here? We've just been over an hour. I quickly want to go back to this and quickly just have a look. Wait. Let's rather do it this format so we can actually see what's going on here. That's better. Probable cause. Let's quickly look here. Timeline recap. Everybody pop quiz. March 28th. Victim A's phone to Aaron Nelson's phone was on Friday, March 28th, right? March 28th, check. March 29th, activity. March 29th, Victim A and Aaron Nelson on video surveillance. So that was March 29th of 2025. Yes. From 10:30, sometime in the afternoon, Victim A's phone. Okay, so that was on March 29th. Right after she's last seen at the quick trip with him? Then there's the Sun Prairie trip, and then what? Never seen again? Weird. Okay. That was also on March 29th. Debit card to purchase. Now, I just want to go to where's that? Where did he work only for 1 hour? Law enforcement shared. Okay, he bought drinks after that. He was real thirsty. And remember, this is alcoholic, right? 18 pack of Miller Lite and Arizona hard lemonade. Oh, but you're just like, yeah, I keep her in the car here so she could just stop drinking. Okay. Plastic mirror for you. Law enforcement is aware. Yes, okay. Read along with me. Find the answer. There. On March 31st of 2025 and April 1st, he worked a full day. But before that, Tell us where you worked for 1 hour. 1 hour. 1. Hello. Stop it. Somebody? You started still laughing about it's a house. I want to know when you worked for there. You worked a full day. We know you worked a full day, March 31st and April 1st. He bought the friggin' 32-gallon Rubbermaid Brute trash can on March 30th. I can't see it. You guys are going to have to say it in the comments, okay? You're going to have to say it. On Wednesday, April 2nd, he was a no-show at work. This guy. I'm trying to see if it could be that the Sun Prairie day was also the day that he only worked an hour. And I'm sure it's like right in front of my face and I can't see it right now. Tell us when he worked an hour. Now we're speed reading together. Okay, yeah. March 29th, he was like, Yes. The travel, yes, okay. I can't see it. Anybody else? You guys are laughing at the plastic mirror. He has to look in the mirror on the wall. Who's the big boy here? You, jackass. We'll see you in court. Which, by the way, will be May 27th and 28th. That's when he's next in court. 28th will be a preliminary hearing, right? Thank you. Did me that. Am I blind? Somewhere in here, right? Somewhere in here. There. Purple, 1 hour. Did me that. March 28th, 1 hour work. March 28th, 1 hour of work. And then he went to the Sun Prairie trip right on March 29th. Okay. So that's not quite a match. But he went to, so did he go to Mama's house before everything? Interesting. So it's not on the same day, but you never know. Just because they didn't say that he went to Sun Prairie on March 29th doesn't mean he didn't go to Sun Prairie on March 29th. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know if his mother lives in Sun Prairie, but we're guessing over here because we know how these cases go, is it not? Straight to Mama's house, although this guy's been moving in with people from day one. Like already from when he met Alexis and they got married in 2006. He moved in with her and her parents. Like this guy, my goodness. Did he bring a trash can? All right, so thank you so much everyone for following this case with me. I will definitely keep you posted. I'm sure more information will come out, but really, I really hope that they could find her remains. Alexis Lindsey Nelson's remains. She was 42 years old. Last seen March 29th of 2025. Body not found. But jackass arrested, so that's really great. Okay, so Southern Cadaver said he went to Mama's to fetch his pamper and blankie. Or tools. Oh, no. Are we going to premeditation? We don't know this yet. Could have fetched some tools from Mama's house for all we know the day before. We don't know much yet. There's going to be a preliminary hearing. We might learn more. All right, everyone. Blueberry said, what is it? The absence of evidence is not evidence of absence? Exactly that. Yeah, so I look forward to following this case with you. This guy definitely makes me very, very snarky. We'll follow it together. I want to see this guy go down. See you in court on May 27th and 8th. Sir, hope they stream some of it. They haven't streamed much yet, but they've shown some of the clips from the courtroom, right? All right, everyone, I look forward to reading your comments. Especially, I'm sure there's going to be like a million comments saying, Grizzly was on March 28th. They'll be like, everyone telling me that. Okay, I saw it. Thank you so much. It's a house. All right, so I will see you in the next one. In the meantime, everyone, stay safe.